parent side, but we haven't looked at the teacher side. We looked at the parent side, but we would like to know, students nae pale, how do you handle them, and what are some of the challenges that you go through while handling maybe a child in the same institution?
Okay, my name is Amina, as you've heard. Yeah, we have different conditions in the school, and these kids learn differently. The same tactic you will use to teach an autistic child is not the same tactic you will use to teach Down syndrome or cerebral palsy. So you find that when you are handling an autistic child, these kids prefer mostly learning through visual ways. So you have to use visuals. You have to be firm with them. In fact, Down syndrome and autistic child, if you're not firm, you'll not make it. You need to be firm but loving. Yeah, you don't
a balance.
So what's that thin line? Because sometimes for me, when I'm firm, I'm just firm. You
fight.
How do you bring about how do you bring about that care?
Okay, now when dealing with an autistic child, if you fight that child, he will grow up knowing that life is just but brutal. But if you say no, you must stick to your no. If you say yes, you should stick to your yes.
I think this also builds into them liking routine and consistency. Yeah. So if you're not a person who keeps your word,
sure,
then they get confused. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
The challenges which we find in learning, you find that there are some kids who are autistic. They have speech, but sometimes they choose to be selective mute. They will talk to me. They won't talk to the next teacher will come.
Okay.
They will choose who to talk to. So that is a challenge. Another thing is that you find that some of them, they are hyper. They can, the attention span is very short. Very short attention span.
Entertainment.
We call it
hyper. We have a hype man who comes to cheer out the crowd.
Yeah.
And then unasema hyper.
We call it hyperactivity. You are very active. You are hyperactive.
Meaning you're unsettled.
You're not settled.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what we call hyper. It's a terminology used when we are learning. So to a layman's language, we should say that it's hyperactive.
Hyperactivity.
I see that one from the educators and parents as well, many challenges as well. And we've also had persons with disabilities on the show come and speak about now the challenges of integrating in school. And someone told us actually earlier this week and said, do you know what? The idea of having, especially for people without severe disabilities, the idea of having special schools set aside does more harm than good sometimes. They're like, I want to be integrated into society because from an early age, because that's how real life works, right? How inclusive are us Kenyan schools as we speak, Christine? And what can we do to make them more inclusive? Or are we still thinking of this is a special needs school, this is a regular quote-unquote school? Yeah.
Awareness. Awareness is key because I also have the same challenge in Teule. I've had parents come and say, shule ya wenda wazimu, mimi mtoto wangu haendi kukua mwenda wazimu.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, and they withdraw their children. So I've had it, yeah. But it's just lack of awareness. The moment parents are able, entire society, we realize that these children are with us. I don't know. Sometimes when you have a problem, the problem is yours. It doesn't really
affect someone else.
Me,
yeah.
Yeah. So the moment it gets to me, that is when I feel the pinch.
Yeah.
So that's what we go through. And most of the time, it is the parents or the older people who have issues. The children have no issue. The children accept and move on so fast.
Yeah.
Or you'd visit Seule, you'll see what we have. It is the children who have accepted. So basically, I was saying awareness is very key. Yeah, inclusivity involves a lot. To be included, it means when we are playing, we are together. When we are learning, we are together. When we are eating, we are together. All right. Now there are what do you call them? Like classes of autism. Yeah, you'll say some are mild, some are moderate, some are severe. Now, severe, from my own perspective, severe need to go to a special school. But moderate and mild can learn very well in an inclusive setup. Why? The reason we have Teule is because we believe that all children can learn from each other. So whether you're autistic, whether we call you regular child, you're able to learn from each other. And this has happened in Teule. Now, these children can help the other child to speak because we have trained them that you speak to them because they can hear.
Yeah.
Autistic children are very intelligent. So they will
And
hear.
talented.
Yeah.
And talented,
And creative,
yes.
yes.
And very creative.
Yeah.
So they will only realize themselves by giving them nurturing and giving them a conducive environment.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically that's what we do.
Yeah.
So we have seen children develop from mute to spoken. We have seen children that move right from special needs, the individualized kind of learning, into a regular setup, mainstream, you get. Now, the government has also made it very easy for us. They have made curriculum designs for us. So we just try to custom make it for the child because these children, autistic children, are so unique. So one will be comfortable visually.
Yeah.
The other one will be comfortable,
Sensory
manipulating.
play, yeah,
Yes.
okay, yeah.
You see such things.
Yeah.
So a teacher has to be very wise to know that, you learn by this, you learn visually, you learn by this. So they have made it so easy for us. We know what scope to get at. And they even give us assessments, ND assessment, summative.
I like that.
Yeah.
We're getting more inclusive from the top down all the way.
I'm telling you, it is lovely. And working with these children, it's
a
awesome.
blessing.
It
I can
touches
tell
my
how
heart.
passionate both of you are just by how you speak.